What is going on, guys? This is Kyle from the Shadow Realm, and today I'm going to be showing you my Cyberse deck tech. So this deck is very fun, and I've been working on it for quite a while now. So far it has been a pretty bumpy ride, considering that all the Cyberse cards, I had to pick the best out of the bunch and really get the engine going. But with the recent power code structure deck, which I guess is not really recent at this point, but it brought us a very good card that they should keep making Cyberse cards like this, and that is Lady Debug. Very crucial to the deck, but we'll get into that right in a second. But before we do that, I just want to let you know that we really appreciate when you leave your comments down below. Tell us how the deck looks, or maybe you have your own version of the deck. So we really like hearing that, so keep on doing that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the main engine. So first you want to run your 3 Widget Kid. What he does is when he's normal or special summoned, you can special summon 1 Cyberse monster from your hand in defense position. He works really well with Lady Debug, which is the huge, very good support that we got in Power Code. If it's normal or special summoned, you add 1 level 3 or lower Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. These are all hard once per turns. Now your main target for this is Backup Secretary. Still a very relevant card, play 3 of them. If you control a Cyberse monster, you can just summon it. So usually you do Widget Kid, Debug, search for Secretary, summon Secretary. So this one's actually a recent bump up, but he's just been really good so far. Cyberse White Hat. I do play 3 now just because he is very easy to get out. You just have to control 2 or more monsters with the same type, so you can do this when you scapegoat, because they're all beasts. So, but you usually do it when you have a board full of Cyberse monsters. And the only 2 of is Degrade Buster for the Cyberse. He's another easy summon from the hand. You have to banish 2 Cyberse monsters from your graveyard. That is not once per turn, which is really cool. His effect while he's on the field is once per turn, though. You can target 1 monster your opponent controls with attack higher than this and banish it until the end of the turn. So you got some really cool controls, getting those big monsters out of the way, because he's a 2500 beater, so he's really, really good. And again, his summoning is not once per turn, so that's why it's pretty cool. As you can see, the theme is to special summon from your hand, so you just dump your hand, basically, which can be good and both good and bad at the same time. So now let's move on to hand traps. I run 3 lights, she's really shiny, but we got 3 Ash Blossoms and 2 Ghost Ogres. This has just been the ratio that I've been using. So far it's been working out. And the last 2 one-of monsters, I got Dotscaper and Backup Operator. So Dotscaper is pretty self-explanatory. Once per duel, you can only use both effects once per turn, but they're each once per duel. So when he's sent to the graveyard, you bring him back, and when he's banished, you can bring him back. So he combos really well with Degrade Buster, because you can banish him with Degrade Buster and then bring him back. Obviously you can't do it the same turn you activated his other effect, but that doesn't really stop you. And then I only play 1 Backup Operator because this is kind of a tech card. It is searchable with Lady Debug, and what it does is you can special summon it by bouncing something that a link monster you control points to. So that can include your stuff, but you're usually doing it to your opponent's stuff. When you give them a link zone with Transcode Talker and they put something there, you can just bounce it with this. So really cool. It kind of punishes your opponent for doing that, and it special summons itself, kind of like backup Secretary. So that makes it really cool. Let's put that over here. And now the rest of the deck is spells. I don't play any traps. Main deck, that is. The only 3 of spell I have is 3 World Legacy Succession, just because your main goal of this deck is to just flood the board with a bunch of Cyberse monsters. And to keep doing this is a great option because all you have is link monsters in the extra deck, so you can usually summon something from the graveyard. And it gives you even more value if you use another Link monster to bring back one. So now we got the 2 ofs. I play 2 one-time passcode. This card's awesome. It just special summons a token. That's all it does. But it's a level 4 Cyberse monster in defense position, which is really important. Next you play your 2 scapegoats, because you can only play 2 scapegoats now. Really, really good card going first. Even going second, I guess. 2 call by, because you can only play 2 call by. Stop the hand traps. This is a card I've been playtesting with. So far it's been working out. Pinpoint landing, I play 2. I only play, because I don't want to play 1 because I'll never see it, and if I play 3, I'll always see it. So 2 has been the pretty good ratio here. But basically, if exactly 1 monster is special summoned from your hand to the field, you can draw 1 card. You can only use it once per turn. And then during your end phase, if you have not drawn a card by this effect, it destroys itself. Or it sends itself to the graveyard. It doesn't destroy itself, but... So it's like another upstart goblin. The only problem is you can't stack it because it says you can only use this effect of pinpoint landing once per turn. So if you have 2 on the field, that's not really helping you. So if you draw it, it kind of feels bad, but you're always special summoning from your hand. That's the whole theme here. So I don't know, that seems like a pretty good option. For other draw power, of course, you got 2 Pot of Desires. Just draw 2 is too good. And then this is kind of a tech card too. Sign at backdoor, I run 2. It's a quick play spell. You can target 1 Cyberse monster you control, banish it, and then if you do, you add 1 Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand whose attack is less than that original attack. Lower than, so it can't be equal to, which is kind of weird. But during the next standby phase, return that monster banished by this effect to your field, and it can attack your opponent directly. So I got some really cool... There's some really cool plays here. I usually use it for protection, but then the search is also very cool. So you run your 1 upstart just to make your deck 39 cards. You 1 run Regeki, 1 Soul Charge, and Monster Reborn. Soul Charge is especially awesome in this deck, so yeah. That does it for the main deck. Before we get to the extra deck, I want to go into the sideboard, because it's pretty interesting. So we have 3 Gamma Seals, just to get rid of those Masterpiece type cards, even though, you know, Masterpiece isn't in the game, but still those stupid boss monsters. The 3rd Ghost Ogre, just in case you need it. You got 2 Twin Twister, just in case. Now for the Floodgates, we got 3 Anti-Spell, very good. 2 Rivalry. I might bump this up to 3 just because this is really easy to play around in Cyberse because they're all Cyberse monsters, so you won't really have a problem with that. 2 Solemn Strike, a Warning, and a Judgment. This is the Solemn Brigade. So yeah, so far this sideboard's been pretty good to me. Alright, now let's go into the extra deck. So for the Link ones, we got Link Karibo, because you're playing Scapegoat, and Link Disciple. This guy is actually really good. He's very underrated. You don't use him for his effect, really. You just use him because he requires a level 4 or lower Cyberse monster. That's all he requires, and he points down, so it's really useful, especially if you have like Dotscaper. Get rid of Dotscaper, put him out, bring back Dotscaper. Special summon Secretary, special summon White Hat, so he can go into a lot of cool plays. Of course, you can also go into Link Karibo with Dotscaper, which is why I use him, and the backup, the security tokens from one-time passcode can be linked off into Disciple 2. Now, most of these are Link 2s, so we got Underclock, just because he's easy. Pentastag, he combos well with Transcode Talker, which is why I use him. And he's another underclock taker, basically. Flame Administrator, all link monsters I control gain 800 attack, so he's just a boost if you're trying to kill your opponent. Nightmare Cerebus, a non-Cyberse monster. You just need him for the monster destruction. I have Phoenix in another deck right now. I might put him in place of either Underclock or Flame Administrator, but I'm not sure yet. Next we got Space Insulator. This guy is really good, especially if you scapegoat, because all he needs is 2 monsters. That's all you use him for. His effects also kind of cool, because if your opponent has a link zone, like uses the right one and you use the left one, for example, and you use him as a link material, you can special summon him back, which is really cool. But unfortunately, it does have to be what he points to. Yeah, that specific monster. So, but if you have it like in the middle here and you special summon him here, make it point to your opponent's monster, make it lose 800 attack. I don't know, that's pretty cool. But it's just like a extra thing, little bonus thing he's got. So those are the smaller links. Now we got the link 3s. You got the Trigate. If you can get him going, he wins you the game. You got 2 transcodes. This guy is still good despite his huge drawback, where you can only special summon Cyberse monsters for the turn. I've been trying to make that drawback less severe, which you'll see. So you got your 1 X-code talker. He's cool you just keep bringing him back with X transcode. Everything he points to can't be destroyed and gains 500 attack. Oh, I forgot to mention transcode. He's really good. Really easy to get out. You only need effect monsters, 2+ effect monsters. Things co-linked with him gain 500 and can't be targeted, and neither can him. So it's like a mutual thing. And then once per turn, you can special summon 1 link 3 or lower Cyberse monster from your graveyard pointing to him. Yeah, you usually use X-code. Usually, if you got a set up board, bring X-code back, or you use Pentastag because he's easy to get out and he co-links with him. So you just do that and then keep going off with your plays. So really good card. And then you got the 1 N-code talker. I don't really go into him too much, but he's a pretty cool battle trap, I guess, per se. So that's all I got for the link 3s, and now finally the link 4s. You run Borload. He's really easy to get into, defeat the other Borloads. Saryuja, this guy is amazing. If you can get him out, like, he's just a really good play extender. And then finally 1 Firewall, just because he is Cyberse, so you can special summon him if you do Transcode's effect. And of course Firewall is just really nuts, so a lot of crazy combos with him, and they didn't ban him, so here he is here. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, leave a comment down below, tell us your thoughts about the deck, what you would change, or if you have your own Cyberse deck, just let us know. So thank you so much for watching. Again, it really helps us, makes us feel like we're actually entertaining some people and showing us our crazy deck ideas. Like, this deck was just, it's been through a lot, but as of right now, it's been pretty fun. It'll definitely be in live duels coming up, so get prepared for that. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
I'm going to jail!